Today marks the 20th anniversary of Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. It launched in the US on May 13, 1996 for the Super Nintendo. It was not only Mario's first foray into RPGs, but Nintendo and Square Enix's, then Square, first collaboration. It's actually one of the last games Square put out for a Nintendo system for a very long time. Square's focus shifted instead to Sony with the PlayStation. Eventually, this animosity cleared with time, and Square returned to Nintendo with Chocobo Land, a game of dice for the Game Boy Advance in 2002, thus ending its 6-year embargo. They were back in business together, even going so far as to create exclusive for Nintendo, like Crystal Chronicles. On a similar note, the next game they actually collaborated with Nintendo was Mario Hoops 3-on-3 for the DS in 2006. This got a semi-sequel on the Wii in 2010 with Mario Sports Remix, and in 2011 they again joined up for Fortune Streak for the Wii. Despite Square not working on another Mario RPG, Nintendo continued what they started during their absence with two altering RPG series. It began first with Paper Mario in 2001 for the N64. They also created the Mario & Luigi franchise, beginning with Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga on the Game Boy Advance in 2003. Each has garnished numerous sequels, with their first crossover happening this year with Mario & Luigi Paper Jam on 3DS. And as a small plug, I of course reviewed this for Examiner back in January. Okay, with all that history out of the way, let's actually talk about Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. Now, in this game, it starts off like any other Mario game. Mario goes to save Princess Peach from Bowser. Princess Peach is basically kind of swallowed up by this thing in the sky, and he is basically kicked out of Bowser's Keep. And then he kind of ventures off through the Mushroom Kingdom and meets all these square-centered people, along with people and monsters in the Mushroom Kingdom that people are familiar with. I mean, you're fighting Goombas, Koopa Troopas, stuff like that. And it is a turn-based RPG, but there's a twist to it where it is an action kind of RPG where button presses make a difference. If you hit the button just before doing an attack, it'll do extra damage, or it'll elongate something, etc. This is one of the first games that ever did that, and I remember getting into RPGs with the Super Nintendo and going to my local theater, which also had a rental store in it, and they had video games, and I remember picking up Mario RPG, and I was like, oh, the Chrono Trigger people did this. Awesome, I'll check it out. And I was just wowed, because at that time, you know, the N64 and PlayStation were coming out, but the graphics were still, like, amazing to me that the Super Nintendo could actually do, like, 3D graphics, which I don't think hold up that well today. I think it's less impressive to have these 3D graphics on the Super Nintendo today. It looks kind of janky, but I still love it despite this. But I rented that game so many times from my local theater. I'll just say it right now, Decorah. I rented it so many times with the Decorah, and there was a bug in the thing where it kept on erasing my save data, or sometimes I would come back to it, it would be there with some other people, or maybe see people just kept on erasing it. I don't know. Either way, I tried to get a copy for myself eventually years ago, and I got the copy, and it was damaged as well, so it just doesn't hold any saves, so that sucks. But you can buy it if you have a Wii, but it's not available on the Wii U, so I really wish Nintendo would release it for its anniversary. Maybe by the time we're recording this, because I'm recording this before the actual celebration, maybe they're announcing it at some point this week. But either way, Mario RPG is just a fantastic series. Something to which, during this embargo, Nintendo continued with Paper Mario and Mario & Luigi, and they're good games. I think the Paper Mario is kind of weaker. It's kind of it's not so much a classic RPG in the sense of like Final Fantasy, more it's I'm not exactly sure how to say it, but the mechanics that they put in all these Paper Mario games is very weird. I love Mario & Luigi, but as just the two brothers, it's kind of diminishing returns, I say, for that series. And especially with this crossover, it feels like they're trying too hard, or maybe they're not trying hard enough to really come up with anything. I think there needs to be a new Mario RPG franchise, or maybe it needs to be put to rest in general. Or maybe Square needs to come back to Nintendo and make another Mario RPG, or another game with an RPG spin to it. What if they made a Zelda turn-based RPG, or Metroid, or maybe like a Kingdom Hearts style collaboration with Nintendo characters instead of Disney ones? That was joked about in an EGM for April Fool's one time, but I've been thinking about it ever since. I think it would be really awesome. And I'm not just saying put Sora in Nintendo Land. I'm saying create a whole new thing with Mario characters. Heck, it doesn't even have to be a new character going to Nintendo Land. It can just be Mario teaming up with Samus, like a Smash Bros. Type thing, but with an actual story. I don't know. I think these two Japanese video game giants have a lot more to share with each other, and I would just love to see something like Super Mario RPG come out eventually. Maybe the NX is time to put some stuff in the works? I don't know. But let's not dwell on the what ifs today. I just want to congratulate one of the best RPGs of all time, a very happy and well-deserved 20th anniversary. Congrats, Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars.
Boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, subscribe, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, subscribe.